Hello, everybody. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. I hope you're well. I ain't gonna say if you're having a good Sunday because I've just watched a load of fucking shite. Yeah, I will say that. Before I get started, please do smash a like on the video and subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Clive and Lucas will be along shortly. Where do I start with this fucking load of shit that I watched today? Yeah, there is no excuses today. There's no excuses. There's none. Yeah, Moyes completely fucked it up today. Completely fucked it up. And listen, you can back him. You can say, you know what, you want him out. But what I see on today's performance is loads of players who had no idea, and the manager that had no idea, and it just collapsed all around us. Do you know what I'm saying? But this is going to be my afterthought before the lads come on, and then we're going to do the player rating shortly. Excuse me. I'll start off at the beginning, as I always do. We come at the traps, and we looked all right. We looked okay. Yeah. First 10, 15 minutes, I thought West Ham, you know what? I'm quite happy about this. I think we look pretty good. And then we just allowed Villa to come on to us. Watkins had a great chance, spooned it wide, and we didn't really do anything of any note, right? And to be, you know what, like we looked like we're going to score, right? But we looked okay, yeah. We just looked okay. Then we concede a stupid goal, yeah. Defensively, we were all over the place, absolutely all over the shop. So bad, yeah. And the goal is unlucky from Aguerd, yeah. People were going in on Aguerd tonight, and I'm going to be honest, right? Aguerd's the least of the fucking problem, right? When you've got a whole midfield who can't literally, who are getting bypassed all the time, Kafal getting roasted. Naif Aguerd isn't the worst player on the pitch today. He really isn't, yeah. But people will go at him because he's been the worst player in recent history, yeah. Obviously they score a lucky goal to get them in at half time 1-0 up. And for me, it was a fluky goal. It was, yeah. And I thought, you know what, half time, I thought, get in, Moyes, yeah, sort them out, get Antonio off because he's not fucking good enough. Yeah. He hasn't been good enough in this game so far. Now I'm sitting there. I was talking to a few of my mates and I said, there's no way Antonio should be starting in the second half. Yeah. I'll get a beer, sit down, the teams come out, bosh, Antonio is there, smiling at us like a fucking idiot. Yeah. And there is no excuses tonight with David Moyes. I do not give a fuck. Yeah. Do not care. Yeah. I don't care what anyone thinks. Yeah. There's no excuses from David Moyes tonight why he is playing in the second half. None. Not when you got Mohamed Kudus sitting on the bench. Yeah. I was pissed off a little bit at the start of the game because when I look at it, I was thinking to myself, right, Kudus should be playing this game. Yeah. He deserves to play in this fixture. Right. But the second half comes and he's not on the pitch. That's embarrassing to me. That is just embarrassing on so many levels. Yeah. Why Kudus is not on the pitch at half time. Yeah. We come out second half and Lucas Paqueta, who people rave about, say he's world class, he's this, he's that, he's going to go to the fucking top. He wasn't top today. He was fucking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. It's okay having a player who does all the tricks and flicks and all that when the team is on the front foot, yeah? But when you are giving away a penalty, yeah, and you're passing it to Edson Alvarez, who commits himself, fucks himself, basically, what do you want him to do? Like, what do you want him to do? Alvarez, for how much I love him, was absolutely shower of shite today. Also, yeah, another one who's terrible. They get a penalty, 2-0, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, we're just self-destructing again. Then Jared Bowen, he's the only man that's going to get any credit for today, right? Absolutely, right. He's going to get the highest praise from me, especially in that second half, because I thought second half he fucking give it everything. That kid. Absolutely give his heart and soul and everything to try and get us back in the game. He scores a goal, 2-1. And I'm thinking, game on, here we go. Right? And then we huff, we puff, and we don't do nothing else. That's the thing what irritated me more than anything. Yeah. We was trying to get going, and it was just flat. It was just flat. And then to round it off, Ollie Watkins scores the third goal. Now, people are having a go at Aguero tonight. How about having a fucking go at Zuma? Right? If Zuma can't handle Ollie Watkins, take a foul. Like, take a booking. Yeah? Like, do it for the team. Right? He just allows Watkins to shape him up one-on-one, goes past him, top corner, bang, 3-1, game over. And then obviously Leon Bailey scores the fourth goal with a nice bit of work, and we're on our hands and knees praying, yeah, hoping that the game can finish soon. And then the game obviously filters out into a 4-1 defeat. Now, I'm going to be ruthless tonight with my ratings, yeah, because I don't really give a fuck. I really don't, yeah, and I'm going to be quite ruthless and harsh, yeah. People who support Antonio and say he's the record goal scorer, you got to give him respect and all that, yeah. All good things do come to an end, yeah. All good things do come to an end, yeah. Nothing lasts forever, yeah. But there is no excuses tonight why Antonio was on the pitch for 89 minutes. 89 minutes that man played. Yeah. He must have tapes of Moyes. Right? He must have something. Like he must have some sort of dirt on Moyes. And I am going to get to Moyes shortly before the boys arrive. But David Moyes, I don't get what you're seeing today. Yeah. I just done a space about 25 minutes ago, and everyone is saying the same thing. What are you fucking seeing? What are you seeing? Right? Villa didn't really have to do a lot to be good today. Yeah, in my opinion. And I know Villa boys is in the chat. Shout out to him. Poor performance by your lot today. I think it was a mixture of both, Villa boys, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think Hughes were good on the press, and you played the high line very well. And we was just a pile of shite. Just a pile of shite, basically. Yeah. I agree with that comment from Vinay. Yeah. Antonio and Souček, not very comfortable on the ball, not good enough for top six. I agree, but Antonio gets a pass every single week, and there is no excuses anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? When you've got Mohamed Kudus sitting on the bench, and I said this the other day on West Ham Network, and I am going to come to West Ham Network in a minute, yeah, because I want to say something on that. For me, yeah, Souček didn't do anything today, yeah. But Antonio's our centre forward. He's supposed to do something for us, yeah. And he didn't do fuck all, nothing today, yeah, nothing of any note, right? So, yeah, listen, I'm going to get to Moyes now, yeah. And as I said just previously, I've done a space just about 25 minutes ago, and people are saying the same thing. Like, what are you seeing, David Moyes? Like, listen, I will give him benefit of the doubt, yeah. And if he carries on going the way he's going, then I'm going to question what the fuck is he doing. Yeah, I will question what he's doing. Yeah. But at 45 minutes of the game played, Antonio done nothing of any note. And Mohamed Kudus is sitting there. Right? Why can't Said Ben Rama get on this pitch? Why can't Fornells get on this pitch earlier? Yeah. I just don't get the logic of it today. I really don't. And I don't know, like, it's 65 minutes. We go 2-1. We score the goal to get us back in the game. I'm thinking, right, get Ben Rama on, get Kudus on. Let's have a go now, right? Let's go for it, right? Instead, it's just laboured today. It's just laboured. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people are going to be have a little grins on their faces tonight because they're going to be saying, you know what, I told you so. Now, to them people, I don't really give a fuck if you told me so at all, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I don't really care, right? At the end of the day, today was just poor from everyone involved. Yeah, everyone coming from Birmingham today, yeah, involved with West Ham, it was poor. Yeah, the only people who deserve man of the match today are the fucking fans that had to watch that shit. Yeah, the fans deserve so much credit who went there today at Villa Park. Yeah, so shout out to them. Also, I want to talk about West Ham Network. Obviously, the other day we done a show. And a lot of comments negative towards me, but fair enough. I can accept that. But a lot of people were saying that certain man were bullying me on the stream. Yeah. And they was coming at me, bullying me and everything like that. I just want to make it clear. I volunteered to go on there. No one was bullying me. I won't be bullied by no man, right? And certainly then Tommy and Nick didn't bully me, mate. I will say that. I've known Tommy for a long time. Respect Tommy. And Nick, we might not get on, but I don't think Nick's a bully. I really don't. So maybe people might have seen it like that, but it wasn't like that. So I just want to clear that up. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. It's not a problem. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously that's that. on my sort of mini afterthought. Yeah, and I am going to get to the boys when they do arrive at 8 o'clock. And I think Lucas has just arrived now. But to sort of round it up from me, because I don't want to keep going on and on like a broken fucking record. I'm very pissed off tonight because this game today was like a statement game for me. It was like I want to see where West Ham are at. Yeah, I want to see where West Ham have West Ham improved from last season. Are West Ham better than last season? After today's performance, I honestly don't know where the fuck we're at. I really don't, and I am quite concerned in a way. Yeah, because if Antonio can play like that and play that bad, yeah, and still be on the pitch for 89 minutes, then that's a cause to be concerned for me. Absolutely. Let's get Clive in. Travis, welcome. How are you doing, mate? Give us your quick afterthought on what you just see earlier on, and then we're getting the player ratings.
I don't know why I watched it.
I agree. You know what I mean? What you saying?
I don't know why I watched. It was dreadful from almost the get-go. I give it about 7 minutes, and then it was pointless. Yeah, it was just mistake to another mistake, and yeah, certain players are going to be getting a grill in tonight. That's for sure. So yeah, there's not really many positives. I can't even take much of a positive out of Bowen scoring because it was such a deflection.
I think the only thing with Bowen is that he did have a go in the second half.
He had a go, yeah, but
Yeah,
it was something out of completely nothing. Like you can't go, oh, he meant that. He definitely didn't.
yeah, I
That
know,
was a
mate.
heavy deflection. It's just, yeah, it was not fun. I did not enjoy that. But yeah, we'll get onto it. It was, yeah, unimpressed.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know what you're saying. It's just not good. Obviously Lucas is in the background doing his stuff, but before obviously we wait for him to arrive. What do you make of Antonio today, mate? Because I'm not being funny or nothing. Yeah, he played for 89 fucking minutes. 89 minutes. Like that is just an insult. I could have went to Villa Park and picked someone out of the crowd who would have done a better performance than Antonio today.
I probably could have done a better performance than Antonio today, and I don't even play striker.
Yeah, I know.
Um, yeah, this is exactly what I worried about at the beginning of the season. I said he blows hot and he blows cold. And he's blown cold, very cold today. I can see why Moyes didn't take him off to an extent, but that's more
Yeah.
on the basis of if Antonio goes off, typically you'd expect Danny Ings to come in, and this is exactly why we should have signed a striker in the summer. So, yeah, I mean, I don't blame Moyes as much on that one as I blame him on a few other bits today, but at the same time, Antonio, like I said this at the beginning of the season, why are we relying on a 33, 34-year-old striker that isn't technically a striker and has been makeshift into that position over the last 4 or 5 years, albeit at an okay level? But
Yeah.
we need something. We need a little pizzazz, and we
I've
do not have a little pizzazz up top.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. Lucas, welcome, mate, all the way from the US of A. I ain't gonna say how are you because you've probably been watching that shit all day with me. What you saying, mate? Before we sort of get into the player ratings.
Yeah, went to the pub for the first time in God knows how long. A quick shout out to DC Irons, who I was with today. Many faces. I haven't seen in a long time, but I brought some bad luck with me, I guess. But today was just I don't even know how to like describe today really, besides like it was just really below par. And then the last 15 minutes they just decided to give up, which I wasn't a big fan of. But it was just shit today. Really nothing went right. And it kind of it's a more of a blow because I really didn't think Villa were like all
I
that
agree.
today. I
I
really
agree with
didn't
you.
think they were great today. So, and I really didn't have like an expectation going into the match. I really didn't have enough time to have an expectation. I've been so busy, but I was not expecting what I saw today. But overall, really just below par. Some players today probably had their worst match in a West Ham shirt, but I mean, we'll get on to it. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest of matches today.
No, it fucking wasn't, mate. Listen, I've never been so angry. Yeah, I was angry last season with certain games, but today, I just think we just allowed Villa just to kick our ass. That's the problem. We just allow kickers to turn up and roll us.
The thing that got to me as well is I wasn't angry. I was definitely I had like a parental moment today where I was like, when I'm talking to my child, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
And today I was pretty disappointed, especially with Villa's lineup today. Like, don't get me wrong, Villa have good players in there, but they had zero pace besides up front. And I really thought we were going to be able to do something against that, especially with John McGinn starting out wide. I mean, it was just, I really thought we'd be able to do something today against that lineup, but obviously not.
Yeah, I hear, mate. Let's get into these player ratings. Start off with Clive. Give me your thoughts on Ariola's today, mate. Conceded 4.
Yeah, conceded 4, but how many were on errors of the other 10 players that were on the field? Yeah, I look, made a good save, got a hand to the ball with Luis scoring against us. You could argue the deflection didn't help, but conceding 4 goals, I'm going to give him just a 5/ maybe like it could have been a 4, but I don't think he's really at fault. To be honest, I think I've got more on the defenders and the midfielders than I do on Areola. You know, I don't think he's at fault. I'm going to give him a mediocre average 5. You could argue a 4 on the basis that we conceded 4, but yeah.
I'll go next. I feel sorry for him today. I really do. He gets done with the deflection for the first goal. The second goal's a penalty. The third goal is shit defending from Zuma. Right, and I'm going to be honest. Like, why is Zuma not taking out Watkins outside the box and getting a yellow card? And the fourth goal is just a decent shot from Bailey. So I'm going to give him just a 5 for me, just a 5. Like, it's like bang on 5.000, nothing higher, nothing lower. Lucas, what you saying?
Yeah, it is a tricky one because 4 goals today, but really none of them his fault. We all know how he is with penalties. He's not the greatest when going up against penalties, but it's a penalty. I thought his distribution was pretty solid today. Made a couple very good saves, but the first one you'd like to think he'd do a bit better, but it did get slightly deflected, so you got to take that into account. But still, if it hits your hands, you got to be doing a bit better than that. So I think a 5 is fair. Anything below that, I think it's just really like nitpicking. But overall, I really didn't think he was that bad today.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. Let's move on to this man. Gets booked. He's out next week. I'll start off with Lucas. What are you saying?
Didn't know that, so that's great news.
More good news I'll give you. Fucking
Thank you. Emerson today. This one's tough because I really didn't think anyone was like that great today, but I thought he was maybe one of the best of a bad bunch. I thought he was okay today. Wasn't terrible, but wasn't great. 87% pass accuracy, 7 passes into the final third.
Yeah.
He won his 1 tackle, 7 ball recoveries. I'll give him just a 6.
I'll give him a high 5. I thought he was decent. I thought he was okay. He was just okay. But Joe, what? Him and Paqueta just didn't work today. I don't know why. It just didn't work, and it was just shit.
We know why, because one of them didn't hold up their end of the bargain today.
Yeah, I agree with you. So high 5 for me. Clive, what you saying?
Yeah, 5 from me as well. I'm sorry, but if defenders are defenders and 4 goals were leaked in, I think I'm going to be a little bit cynical on today's ratings, anyways. But also, at least Everton is our next home Premier League fixture. So if Emerson's going to miss any game, I'm glad it's Everton and not something worse, because I think after Everton we've got Brentford. So yeah. But yeah, 5 from me. Sorry.
5 for you, mate. Let's move on to Vladimir Soufal. I'll start off with Clive. Faults.
Yeah, a little bit panicky at the back, wasn't he? Not great. he could have done more on the pass that was made to Watkins that led to the Luiz goal. Yeah, it was kind of missing, to be honest, today. Not big. Yeah, look, all the defenders were missing, I think, today, to be honest. There just wasn't much. We didn't do much going pressing forward. Need to be using our wing backs or right back and left back to sort of be pushing forward as well. So it was just all missing. For me, it'd be a very low 5.
Low 5 for you. I'll go next. I thought he got absolutely obliterated today. I really did. He wasn't good today at all. Even going forward, it's like Safal. You get down the right hand side, get the ball in the box. Like you got big lumps in the box, and you just hold it back sideways and back passing. I couldn't work it out really today with him. Not well, really, really bad. I'll give him a high 4. It's not a 5 for me. Do you know what I mean? I'll go on averages, and if that's not an average performance from Kufal, that was fucking massively below. So high 4. Lucas.
Again, just he wasn't at his best today, but I certainly didn't think he was really bad. 85% pass accuracy. His play in the, how do I say this? Defensively, he wasn't great, and really it showed. 2 out of 8 ground duels won. Not very great. 6 ball recoveries, so that's a bit of a weird one there. But he just wasn't at it today. I think there was a lot of decisions he made today that just were not the right ones. One big one that sticks out in my mind is when we were, I think it was the second half, if I remember correctly, he was bombing down the flank, and all he had to do was cut it back to James Ward-Prowse, who had 5 yards of open space in the box, and James Ward-Prowse 1,000% scores there. That was one, and then it's a tough one. I'll probably give him high 4. Just not as great. Not as great today. Just not great. No. I'm lost for words.
Moving on to Aguerd. I'm gonna go first on this one, and I've seen people like criticizing him, but no fuckers criticizing Zuma for not taking out Watkins, right? And that is what I can't work out. I thought he was unlucky today. I thought he was really unlucky. I think he's unlucky on the first goal. He puts his foot out. He takes a deflection. If he doesn't put his foot out, Ariola saves it. We've conceded 4 today, and you know what? It's not good. So I'm going to give him same as Kafal, high 4. I don't think it was as bad as what people make out, but he wasn't good. So yeah. Clive.
For me, he gets a low 5. It wasn't really much at fault in comparison to others. My bigger issue with him was the passing accuracy today was way off.
It was bad, yeah.
And that's where you could argue.
Long balls again. He attempted 15 today. 15.
Yes,
that's just
exactly that. And I think,
but when they're playing a higher line, that's what he's trying to do. They're trying to hit balls over the top, aren't they?
There's just too many, in my opinion.
It's a hard toss-up. You could give him a high 4, but I'll give him a low 5 just because there's a lot of players that are coming up that are going to be getting 3s and 4s very shortly.
Yeah. What are you saying, Lucas? Great.
Yeah, like I said, 15 long balls attempted today, only 5 of them connected. Just wasn't very... Again, it's weird. We lost 4-1, but I really didn't think he was like all that active today. I thought but he wasn't bad.
He's unlucky for
he's unlucky
for the he's unlucky for the first goal, though, isn't he?
Yeah, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If he doesn't stick his leg out and it goes in, people are going to be complaining he didn't attempt to block it, and then you see what happened. Really, either way, people are going to complain on that. But again, just not up to standard today, just below average for me. So just a 5.
Just a 5 for you. We move on to this man, captain. Lucas.
So we'll probably come to a disagreement on this. I didn't think Zuma was horrific today, and the goal that he went up against Watkins for. That to me was just a brilliant finish. Like Watkins is never going to score a goal with that kind of placement ever again. That is literally as good as you can.
But he's got to engage though, Lucas. He's got to engage on him. Like
if he does, Watkins could just zoom right past him. If it was me, I'd rather have Zuma kept him in front. And he made him shoot near posts. Areola was there, but that finish, like that's an incredible finish.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that, but you've got to be engaging on him, right? Obviously, the move happened from. Funny enough, I could have miscontrol. Could have miscontrols it. They play a ball over the top for Watkins to run onto. Zuma's running back like a madman, right? As soon as Watkins is advancing into the box, Zuma's got to commit himself. He has to commit himself there. Like he can't just keep backing up, and then fucking he scores. He just can't.
I get that, but at the end of the day, it's all about personnel, and he knows who he's marking. And in my opinion, that was the best case for him, because if he takes a stab at him, I think Watkins goes by him pretty easily. So again, it's another like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Just a world-class finish from Watkins, in my opinion. Like I said, he's never going to put the ball in that spot ever again in his career. That was an incredible finish. But Zuma, I'm going to give him. I thought he was a little bit more active than Aguerd, and I thought he'd done some more important bits more than Aguerd. But Aguerd, I would say, was a bit more steady. So I'm going to give Zuma 5.
I just want to get to this comment, right, from Trini, yeah? They give him a 5. And I understand what Trini Hammer's saying, yeah? I really do. But even if he goes in on him, yeah, and he fouls him, he just take the fucking yellow card. Just take the yellow card and go, right, you stopped him, yeah? Obviously, don't dive on him in the box, but dive on him outside the box. Take the fucking booking, right? Any other player in a big club, that's Man City, Diaz is going through him straight away to stop the goal from happening. So, yeah, listen, I'll go next. I'm giving him a high 4. Not his best game, really, if I'm being honest. I don't know. We praise him up quite a lot, but against pace, he does get roasted, and obviously he got roasted a bit today.
That's evident.
Yeah, so high 4 for me. Clive, what you saying?
It gets a high 4 from me. I don't agree with the Watkins thing as much, because I think the pace is the thing. Like, we know Zuma's not got pace. Watkins did dominate him the whole game. You could also argue Zuma perhaps could have done more with David Luiz strike, but then you could also argue someone else could have perhaps marked that man. So, that's a bit of a catch-22, I'd say, but I'll give him a high 4. I think his passing was a lot better. And
we're not too far off to start, boys. We're not too far off.
I know. I think we're going to be on the ball tonight, all of us, and we'll say that. Let's move on to this man. I'm going to start off because I've been praising him up and saying, oh, fucking how much I love him. Today, he was a pile of shit. Literally. Absolute awful, mate. Absolute awful. I think he done one good tackle in the whole match. And I love Alvarez. I really do. But it just wasn't his game. He got bypassed. I even sat there at one stage with a few of my mates and I said, I'm not even noticing that Alvarez is on the fucking pitch at one stage. I didn't even know he's on the pitch. He was that quiet and just flat. Gives away the penalty, but I think it's a mixture of both. I think
that penalty was a tough one because I think on the naked eye, I think where the referee is, that looks shoulder to shoulder. But once it went to VAR, it was clear it was a penalty.
It's poor from him. Something I think it's either you or Alfie have said to me for a long time is he fucks up his clearances. He literally does it. Yeah, like literally, he looks like he's like it's like a big panic. I won't say it was a nitpicky
thing for me, but I only mention that because like his clearances are diabolically bad. Like I've never seen something like it in my life. Like the guy just is not good at clearing the ball. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. So for me, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought he was terrible today. Really did. I thought like McGinn, was it Kamara, and just roasted him basically. Do you know they really did? 4 for me. Clive, what you saying?
I'm not going to blame him fully for the penalty. I do think positioning could have been slightly better, but at the same time, someone decided to do a no-look pass. So,
That's a great. That's comment of the night from Bill. His pointing was outstanding. God,
yeah,
shout out
Someone's
Bill.
got to do it.
he wasn't composed on when he had possession of the ball, which was a big issue, and he just looked like he
Yeah,
was panicking the whole game. Not great. Alvarez, geez, high 3. You could probably argue a low 4 because I don't necessarily think it's his fault for the penalty, but ultimately he did give away the penalty, so I'm gonna utilize that as he's getting a 3.
yeah, I hear, mate. Lucas, what you saying?
Again, a bit tough for me. I do think it's a toss up between him and another player. I thought there were worse players today, but one thing I can commend Alvarez for, him, I would say him, James Ward-Prowse, and Bowen were the 3 players today that did not give up in the slightest. They just kept going and going. I thought Alvarez and JWP kept they did a lot of dirty work today, so he gets my praise in that, but everything else just not good today. He done a lot. The one thing that was really bugging me today was he kept carrying the ball forward and just went back, or he carried the ball forward, then he'd come back or pass back. And as a CDM, as our defensive midfielder, I'd rather him just get the ball to someone else and have them go, and then he's the safety outlet for the pass back. When Alvarez was passing back, he'd go to a defender. I'd rather pass the ball back to a midfielder. It's a bit more of a better reset, in my opinion. But gave up a penalty, not great. And again, I've said it for time now. He's a bit too handsy of a defender for me. I know you've got to use your arms, you got to use your brute strength sometimes, but he's got to get better technically with getting in front of players and keeping them in front and beating them to the spot where they want to go. And really, that's it for me. And his ground duels today, just terrible. 2 for 7 in his ground duels, 1 today, but did recover the ball 8 times. That's why I said he did put in a lot of dirty work. So for me, I'm going to give him just a 4. I was feeling a high 3, but again, I think he didn't. He was one of 3 players that really didn't give up till the end.
just a 4, that's praise. Right, we'll move on to this man. Now, I mean, you are going to disagree on this one because I thought he was shit today.
What?
Press. Yeah, I did, mate.
Are you okay?
No, I'm fucking not. I'm perfectly fine. I thought today.
I don't know. I prefer your first answer where you said no, I'm not.
Maybe not. Yeah, I thought he was bang average today. Bang average. I'm going to say this, right? This is something I said in the summer, right? I said you take the free kicks away from him, and the set pieces. What does Ward-Prowse give? And there's not a lot. There's not a lot there. I didn't see a lot today, Clive. I'm going to be real. Yeah,
he created the most chances.
I thought he got bulldozed in midfield. But look at his midfield play. Yeah, how many times were Villa going straight through the middle of us? Every fucking time. And I've got to be honest, I don't think he was all that today. I really don't. I'll let you go first, then, Clive. What do you want to say?
I think he was probably the best player on our pitch today. I'll be honest. Yeah, he was rocky at the beginning. Don't get me wrong. I've just seen what Alfie's comment is, and I agree. At the beginning, he was a bit rocky, but he grew into the game. Yes, Villa did the homework on us in terms of the corners and stuff. Don't get me wrong.
That I agree on.
Passing wise, I think Ward-Prowse was better than a lot of the players in the back end of our field. I think he created more chances. He had a bit of good time in the sort of open play, which is the first time we've actually seen more of that instead of him just sort of passing, knocking back and forth and whatnot. He sort of had a little bit more going for him. But yes, don't get me wrong. I think there was aspects where, he did look a little bit rocky and Villa did sort of assess his weaknesses. But I think that's just good play from Villa. I don't, if someone goes through one player or past one player, then the other player should be able to get it. That's why we've got 2 DMs. We don't just have one DM. So
but they was going through the whole of our midfield today, though, Clive. Like literally,
yeah.
like,
But whole
through the
of our
middle.
midfield is not just one player, is it? That's more
I
than one player.
understand that, but as a collective, as all of them as a collective, none of them were good today. None of them.
Yeah, none of them
Like,
were good. I'm saying the best on the field of a bad bunch, essentially. I mean, no ratings going above 6.
Yeah, I'd agree with
and
that.
For me, JWP gets a low 6, but I don't think you can criticize his performance in comparison to a lot of other players today, and I mean a lot of other players.
listen, UK, I'll take it back. Alfie drew it up. It's Alfie's fault. You know what I mean? But I do apologise on that one. I will say that. For me, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought he was shit. I'm sorry, but if you're going to cross balls in and they're just going to no one, right? And it was always the same cross, far post all the time, far post. It was never. It just wasn't mixed up, right? It's always the same thing.
Do you not think that's based on the fact that we're playing the line that we're playing, and isn't that more on the manager?
Possibly, but I don't listen. As a midfield player today, if you just take that out of it and said, look at him as a midfield performance, it was not good at all. It was poor, if anything. Yeah. So I'm going to give him a 4. Lucas, what you saying?
I love when I go last and something like this happens because just like anything in life, the truth always lies somewhere right in the middle. I don't totally disagree with Clive and I don't totally disagree with you. And the funny part is what you said, I totally agree with. I just totally disagree with the rating. I saw someone in the chat say his passing wasn't great today. I mean, 90% pass accuracy today. That was not an issue. His crossing was shit. I totally agree. He did create 4 chances. And I'm not a disclaimer, XG stat coming up, and I'm not an XG guy, but his expected assist was 0.60. So you could argue he probably should have had maybe 1 today, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Defensively, not great today. Not brilliant. Again, I actually, and real quick, I thought his dribbling today was absolutely fantastic. He's done some stuff that I didn't think I'd ever see James Ward-Prowse do today. But again, I'm completely in the middle, really. I didn't think he was a 4. I didn't think he was a 6. I'm probably going to give him just a 5 because, like Clive said, in my opinion, I thought he was kind of the best player in our midfield, but as a unit, just absolutely shocking. So I'm going to give him just a 5. And his corners today were not as great as what we're used to, but again, still not the worst I've seen. If that's his worst, I think we're a bit lucky.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. We'll move on to this is going to be fun. Thomas Souček, and where else to start? And Clivus. Played for about 65, 66 minutes. Come off for Kudus. What you saying for him, mate?
Interesting, actually. Yeah, he was a bit missing. But
14 touches.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. Oh, he was missing. Hold on. He was missing. However, I'm going to argue, and I'm not saying this just to be pro Souček here. I'm arguing this on the basis of Villa defended very well on what they expected us to be. And what I mean by that is corners redundant. If corners are redundant, what are you expecting from Souček? That was what he was there for. If you're the manager, that's what you've played him there for. Whether you like it or not, that's just factual.
What the fuck?
And
Carry on. You're digging, mate. You're digging a big fucking hole. I know that.
No, because I don't think that's necessarily on the player. I think it's more on the tactics. And he was null and void on that basis, so he didn't really have much. He had the one opportunity from Emerson, but that was a tough one to connect. Like you would have to be pretty special. And I'm sorry, but I know which level Souček's at, and I can admit that one. But yeah, he was a bit redundant, a bit missing, not really at fault for goals for me. So it's a tough one to grade. I'm just going to give him a bang average 5. He was there, but he was redundant, and you can't put him at fault for the goals. So ultimately, correct time to sub in, average game.
someone just said there, 14 touches.
Yeah,
all
I said
game.
it.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah,
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 but
as
he's
a-
made redundant
as a 10,
centre attacking mid.
I understand that, and obviously, if James Ward-Prowse is shite, then Souček is pointless being on the pitch. Yeah,
I mean,
Uh,
but Bowen had 17 touches, I think, so it's not much more.
I think he just gets a 5 because he come off on the 70th minute. In my opinion, yeah, I'm going to be honest, right? He just gets a 5. Yeah, he was just. No, I'll tell you what, I've got to change that. I can't.
No,
he's gonna
stick
get-
with the 5.
No. I'm going to change it. I just thought of something because there was times before where he was just getting done all the time. So I'm going to give him a high 4, just not a 5 for me. Lucas, what you saying for Souček?
I'm.
Help me out, lad. Help me out.
This isn't towards anyone, but I've never agreed with the opinion that just because you have 10, 11 touches, like that doesn't mean you had a bad game. That could easily mean so many things. Like even though I said I wasn't that impressed with Villa today, I thought they set up well.
But as a central attacking 10, though, Lucas, he's got to do fucking more than that, surely.
Mate,
Come on,
With
you've got to
what?
be honest.
With what?
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Listen, don't get me wrong. I understand that. But if he's playing as a 10, that's because that's what he was today. He was a 10.
Yeah, but if he's playing as a 10 and he's not getting the ball,
right,
that's true.
Where's the 10 supposed to go? He's supposed to go forward, not back.
And if you're expecting Souček to do that, then I don't know what to tell you, because really Souček's performances are based off the other midfielders, which I think that's very true. But like I said, I just don't agree with the whole because he had 10, 14 touches, whatever, he had a bad game. I think Unai Emery set Villa up incredibly well, but individually from Villa, I didn't think they were that great. Just thought they were set up very well. They took Souček out because they took our midfield out, which therefore left Souček literally having a watch. He done a live watch along from the middle of the pitch. So, and again, that's not all of his fault. So for me, just by the skin of his teeth, a 5, because really he didn't. Yeah, just a 5.
Just a 5 for you, yeah. Right, we move on to this man.
Common sense.
Right, Lucas Paqueta. Right, this is going to be fucking electric, this one. I love this geezer, yeah. And anyone who saw the other day, people were saying about he's world class, right? 150 million. He's worth about 1.5 million today. Absolute shit. Right? I love the geezer, but when you are trying to do flicks and tricks and everything and trying to what are you trying to achieve here, right? Fucking embarrassing today he was. Absolutely embarrassing. I don't give a fuck who comes for me. Yeah, there's no defending him today. No defending. If you can slag off every other player, this man is not susceptible for being slagged off, and he deserved to be slagged off today. It was shit. Lucas, I'll let you go first. What you saying?
Yeah, not great from him today. And I know we all love the flicks and tricks. And I actually thought like literally 90% of them came off today. But there was one that I was just like, what the hell is he trying to do? And he was trying to play like a back heel pass backwards to the defense, and it didn't come off. But everything else, like I said, I love the flicks and tricks. It gets people off their feet. I really do love it. But in terms of the match today, he just was not influential enough. I don't want to say he was lazy, but he just didn't work hard enough for me today, and he just really didn't stick himself in there. And again, that could be down to something tactical from Moyes, because he is playing on the left. He's having to come in, out. So that kind of take him out of the midfield battle, supposedly, to get like stuck in or whatever. But
there was nothing with Emerson today. Oh, nothing, not one thing. Like, and again, I don't know how many times Emerson overlapped him or whatever. I just didn't see nothing from him today. Nothing.
Well, again, that's because just because you put Emerson on the left, it doesn't mean he's going to be playing on the wing. He's constantly going in and out of the midfield. Yeah. So it's hard to build something from that when you're not doing something consistently. But Paqueta just not on it today.
What you
It's
saying?
not a good performance. I'm going to give him a 4.
Richard Stevens just got back from the game, lads. What a dull and uninspiring performance. Bowen was the only highlight. Even villain fans were complimentary. Uh, Shout out to him, mate, because he deserves a refund. That man, Richard Stevens. I will say that. I'm going to give him fucking hell. I'll give him a 4. I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, but like when you're doing flicks and tricks and you're trying to do this stuff, and he's at fault for the penalty and all, yeah, he holds the player up, right? He don't even look. He doesn't even look right. He just passes the ball, and the Villa defender's on it, and then Alvarez makes the mistake. It's just not good. It's just not good. Hopefully it's a one-off, but it's just not good. 4 for me. Clive.
Aha. So at fault for goal number 1. Disinterested, lazy. I will say it, lazy. My man is just hanging outside the box, just looking at. I don't know what he was looking at, but it weren't the
Agree.
game.
Agree on that.
And before you know, Louise is there and just bang, goal. And in that time, I think Paqueta moved a centimetre and he walked it at that. So, goal number 1 at fault, goal number 2 at fault, because no look pass into our own area. Talk about dangerous passes. That was automatically dangerous if you're passing into our own box. Stupidity, immaturity for a player who's, I think, 26 years old. That was immature, inexperienced, lazy. Might as well not play for the club. He gets the 3.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. We all done here on that one? Fucking hell. Let's move on. I'll tell you what.
It was declared shorts today. That's why.
I'm gonna come to this man. The fucking criminal. Because he is a fucking criminal, mate. He's a criminal. I'm not being rude. Paqueta Antonio is the player that we're rating right now. And he deserves to be in fucking like Chelmsford Nick. Because he's stealing a living. Stealing a living at West Ham. Right? Absolute stealing a living. Absolute crap from start to finish. There is no excuses today, right, why this man played 89 minutes. Right? He played 89 fucking minutes. I could have picked 11 players at Villa Park in the away end who could have done a better job than him. Absolute shambolic. Yeah. I'm going to leave my rating until last because mine is going to be violently fucking hostile. Clive.
Hello. This is an easy one for me. His passing, shocking. His first touch, even worse.
Decision making, shocking.
Shocking, yeah. Turning up to the game, just about. Was he actually at the game mentally? Probably not. Oh God. I mean, not at fault for any of the goals, if that's anything. And if anything, Matty Cash almost scored an own goal at the end, courtesy of Antonio, if that is something to be even praising at this point. Oh God, very, very low 4. I could even argue a 3 for him, but I'm going to leave Paqueta with that nice little 3 for his atrocious performance today. So, yeah, a low 4.
Lucas?
Yeah, I love Paqueta Antonio. I really do. But there's always been one thing that just like this annoys me more than anything that he does. I absolutely cannot stand when he's playing striker and he falls all the way to the flank. And this is the thing. It's not that he's on the flank. Well, no, it does annoy me when he drifts off to the flank. But if you're going to drift off to the flank, correct? Because I get it. I get why he does it tactically and like mentally. I get it. But if you're gonna go off to the flank, at least take a man on. Take someone on. He doesn't take anyone on. He took one player on today from the flank. One. And he done it. It was on the right-hand side. But he would get the ball on the flank, He would do absolutely nothing. He wouldn't try anything. He wouldn't go at his defender. I don't know why he doesn't go at defenders anymore, especially when he's on the flank. As much as I hate it, at least have a go. He doesn't have a go. Passing, decision-making, dreadful today.
Yeah.
It's just, it's
What are you
so
rating?
annoying. So annoying. I'm going to give him a 3. He was really, really bad today.
He's getting a 0 from me. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. He's our centre forward. I keep saying it, and I would have these arguments with the younger fan base all day and night. Yeah. When he's our striker, he's supposed to be like doing what Ollie Watkins is doing, right? Running the channels, right? Taking on people, right? Trying to make stuff happen. He made fuck all happen today. Not one thing happened. He was on for 89 minutes. Don't worry, I'm going to get to Moyes later on because he's going to get fucking cooked and all by me. Yeah. Terrible. Antonio is done. Antonio should not be at West Ham, and West Ham need to sell Antonio in January and get a striker in. I do not understand why Kudus is sitting on the fucking bench and Antonio is playing when Kudus has just come back from international and fucking Antonio's just come back from Jamaica, right? And Kudus is the better player. Yeah, he gets a fucking 0. It's embarrassing. And he shouldn't even be on the pitch today. Yeah.
Do you remember who we last signed in January as a striker?
Fucking Danny Ings gets better, doesn't it? And listen, that's a great shout. Yeah. Where is he today? Where is Mbamba? Right? If he's not fucking listen, why is that kid sitting on the bench and not getting a chance? Like, do you know what I mean? And I will get to Moyes. Don't worry. Yeah, because I'm not a fucking flip flop like every other cunt keeps saying. Because if Moyes fucks up, I will roast him and all. Do you know what I'm saying? Antonio shit. 0. Let's move on to this man. And I'm going to go first on this man. Yeah. This geezer shows you what it means to play in the claret and blue. Yeah. Second half, I thought he was absolutely excellent. He was a fucking trier. Yeah. I know the goal's a deflected goal, but he didn't stop running. He did not stop running, and he fucking loves this club. He does, Bowen. Yeah, he cares. Yeah. Without him, we've got no attack line. None. Right, we've got no attack line, and I'm not even going to lie on that. Yeah. Anything happens to Jared Bowen, we are fucked. Right. So I'm going to give him a high 5, just not a 6 for me. Yeah. I think the goal is a good goal, but we got hammered 4-1. I want to give him a 6, but I just can't. So I'm going to give him a high 5. Lucas.
I'm going to give Bowen the same ratings I gave Emerson. I'm going to give him a 6. Fluke goal, but like you said, he didn't stop trying. He didn't stop running like one or two others on the pitch, like I mentioned previous. Yeah, just he was all right today, but he didn't stop trying, which is always a plus. But yeah, just a 6.
Just a 6. Clive.
Yeah, he gets the same as JWP, which is a 6 for me based on the goal. We also had that early chance really early in the game. Looked positive. Yeah,
that was a worldie of a save from Martinez.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what I mean. Like that was a good strike by all means. You know, it's one of them things. So yeah, do you know what? Got to give him credit where credit's due. I know it's a massively deflected shot, but when he scored, but you know, he gave us a bit of hope. And
shout out to Alvarez assist on that.
but you know what it is? It's the hope that kills you, right? So yeah,
great. 6 out of 10. Let's move on to the subs. Right, 4 nils, no point rating because he's only on for a few minutes. Same
10.
with Danny Ings. Danny Ings returns, gets his appearance fee. Fucking hell, another robbery in that we got. Well, let's get to this man. Mohamed Kudus comes on at the 65th minute or 66th minute for Thomas Souček. What did you lads think of him? I thought he was okay, but nothing flamboyantly good.
I thought he was all right.
He's at fault for a goal.
He's at fault for the third goal, though, Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still thought he was all right.
Yeah.
I saw someone give him I saw someone give him a 3 on Twitter. I totally didn't agree with that.
It's not a 3. If he's going to get a rating, he's probably going to get standard 5 for me.
That's what I was going to go with.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
I was going to go with a 4.
Yeah, like Richard Stevens.
It's the goal.
Possibly, yeah, I know. I will get to that. Yeah, could have changed things when he come on. Yeah, I slightly agree on that, but in
I
the
thought
end,
he came on at the right time as well.
Yeah.
For me, the reason he gets the 4 is more on the basis that goal that went for Watkins was a game changer because the game was over at that point. We were still in it up until then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
2-1.
that's the problem for me. That's why he gets a 4 instead of say a 5. Like we did look good with him. It was positive, but ultimately once we conceded that, game was done and dusted.
Yeah.
And that's where I lie on it. I lie at where we were in that game.
Yeah. I'm going to get to this. Moyes will pick Antonio to his 40 and fat. Thank you very much, mate, for your
with Kudus,
donation.
I do really feel bad for him because he is playing decently.
Well,
it's
we
for
will
him
talk about that with when it comes to Moyes, right? Let's just get this done there. Ref, what you saying?
David Coote, war criminal, espionage, Benedict Arnold. I have always hated this guy. He's absolutely shit as a ref. I'm going to give him this is a reputation rating. I'm going to give him a oh, I was going to go 3, but I'm going to give him a 2 because I hate him.
Well, I'll give him a 4. Clive, what you rating him?
I'll give him a 5. He made the key decisions that were accurate. It was a penalty against us, and yeah,
5 out of 10. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on to this man, David fucking Moyes. Right. Sometimes you got to give people benefit of the doubt in life. Yeah. Sometimes people make mistakes, and you can't just fucking criticize them straight away. But today, David Moyes completely fucked this up from start to finish. He fucked up the system. I was pissed off a little bit at the start with Kudus not playing. But why the fuck is Kudus not on at half time? That is the $1 million question that I need to ask. And why is Antonio playing for 89 fucking minutes? Yeah. Made no sense to me. Lucas, I'm gonna let you go first. What are you saying?
Yeah, I don't know where this one's gonna go. I think the only thing we can agree on is that nothing was right today. I wasn't too fussed with the starting 11, because again with Kudus, I don't know where the guy's gonna play. Me personally, I don't want him up top as a striker. I don't. It's not that I don't want him to replace Souček, but Souček has been virtually undroppable in my opinion. He's been rewarding us with goals and whatnot. And Kudus doesn't play on the left. And that's really the only occupying space, really. But with the system we're playing right now, Paqueta is on the left. So the only way he can get into the side is through striker or the 10. And both of those are very debatable areas because even though Antonio was really bad, I'm still under the impression that the way he plays is not the way he plays. What he does for us in our system is I'm not going to say need, but he's important to the way we play, even though he was really crap. And then Thomas Souček, that's probably where Kudus plays best as a 10, but Souček has been scoring and doing everything. So starting 11, I didn't have an issue with. Some people, I know they really want to see Kudus, but again, that's their opinion. In hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. I said earlier, I didn't think there was a lot of pace in Villa's side. So looking back, if Kudus were to play as a 10, maybe that could have changed something, but you can't really predict another club's lineup.
I'm going to say something here though, yeah, right. What I can't get is that we're 1-0 down at half time. There's players on the pitch who have been playing absolutely shit, and Moyes just sits there and thinks, "Oh, it's going to be fine." That's the one thing I can't understand, right? And I've got people coming at me on fucking Twitter right now, and if I'm on Twitter right now, so I'm going to say this, yeah, Moyes was a fucking idiot today, yeah, and he fucked it up. Do you know what I'm saying?
The starting 11, like I said, I didn't have a huge issue with halftime changes. There being none. That's probably the one thing I really do dislike about Moyes the most is that he's not a believer in halftime subs, or he waits way too long to do it, which is weird because I thought he brought Kudus on at a very good time today. Maybe could have been a bit earlier. But yeah, just the tactics were wrong. The setup wasn't terrible. Just the tactics were bang off. So I'm going to give Moyes I'm going to give him a 4. Just.
Oh, I'm not giving him a 4, mate. I'll go next. Leave Clive till last because he'll be calmer. David Moyes today gets a 1 out of 10. And that is for arriving at Villa Park in his fucking tracksuit and taking the team up there. Yeah. Right. My 10 today is for the fans that got up it this morning, travelled all the way to Villa Park to watch that load of shite. Yeah. They deserve untold amount of respect. They deserve a fucking refund, if I'm speaking on this truth. Listen, people say about me the other day about, Moyes in, or it's fucking Moyes in bollocks, right? Yeah. I care about West Ham winning. And today, West Ham play like a bunch of absolute cunts. Yeah. A lot of them. From the management staff all the way down to the players, right? And the fans that are over there and the fans that were fucking all around the world watching the game did not deserve us getting a good fucking hiding the way we did, right? Kudus should have been on the pitch at half time. Changes should have been made at half time. Even when we go 2-1 up, right? Where's Saeed Benrahma? Right? Why is Fornells coming on the 89th fucking minute? Right? What are you trying to do, Moyes? Right? And that is the question that needs to be fucking asked. Yeah? And I will pay for this fucking stream. And I will pay the lads out my own pocket for this fucking stream. Yeah? Because I'm fucking livid. Yeah? Because we're better than that. Yeah? It's not a 4-1 game, but we got obliterated today. Yeah? And we're fucking better than that. He gets a 1 out of 10. There is no praise for him whatsoever. Yeah. No one should give him no praise at all in the fucking slightest. And that is enough from me. Yeah. Clive.
Hello. I'm going to give the same as Lucas, which is a 4. My basis is that the starting 11 was probably accurate to how we've been playing lately. My issue is more on we didn't have a plan B. Not only did we not have a plan B, but it's more of a case of, yes, one sub was probably done at the right timing, but someone like Paqueta should have been off, say, 50, 55 minutes in. Again, I can somewhat understand the Antonio situation and keeping him on because you could argue that Ings or Bamba is coming on.
Yeah.
Which it just shows where our weaknesses in the squad are. But my issue is more the lack of the plan B. We had no plan B. We had no... we went into the game with one objective of how we were going to play, and Villa did their homework. Unai Emery did his homework. The corners, they did their homework. We were nullified. Every threat was nullified. And that's where you need the plan B. And there was no plan B at all. And that's why it gets a low rating from me today.
Outplayed, outclassed, out-tacticked. Literally, again, fair play to Villa. I thought they set up very well. But again,
the one thing I'm going to say, though,
that great today.
The one thing I'm going to say there, Lucas, yeah, right? If you would have said at half time that we're 1-0 down, yeah, and let's be honest, the first half, Villa weren't literally smashing us to bits. They wasn't. Yeah, they had one golden chance for Watkins and he spooned it wide. Yeah. Other than that, they done fuck all. They was having shots from outside the box, over the bar, everything. Yeah. It was just nothing was happening for them. Yeah. If that goal don't go in, yeah, I won't say I'm happy, but I'd want to see better in the second half. Right. What I don't understand today, and I really don't, and I cannot get my head around it, is what Moyes is seeing from the bench at half time to allow players on the pitch who just wasn't on it. Like these players are just not on it. They don't look fit.
You would hope the halftime talk would be enough, wouldn't you? Really? So I can understand going into the second half the way we did, but then once that second goal goes in, that's where you have to tactically start changing things. When you hold on a minute, halftime talk hasn't even worked. We're still nullified. Now we're 2-0 down. Now we need to get something back into the game. That's where you would expect to change from Moyes at that point. That's where I say the plan B is the issue. I think first half isn't an issue. If players let you down, players let you down. But the halftime team talk is there for a reason.
Yeah, I hear you, mate. I hear you. Right, that's enough of fucking David Moyes because he's pissed me off today. He really has. Listen, before we go, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to E20 Zone TV if you want to. If you like our content, subscribe. If you don't, it's fine. We still love you. We'll be back in the week to talk about fucking Olympiacos. Can West Ham spin it around and get the job done in Greece? Fucking hope so. Anything else you lads want to add on today before we wrap this up?
No, I think we've got big big 4 games coming up, haven't we? Really, like over a 10-day period. So
Yeah, I
we need to switch up that play.
Just rebound on Thursday with a good performance, and then push on against struggling Everton, who usually play us quite tough. So who knows how it'll go? But I'm gonna stay positive, even though today was quite shit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will, mate. We will. As I say, especially like on the videos, subscribe to each on his own TV. My final fault is this. I'm really, really pissed off today. Really, extremely pissed off. There is no excuses for not bringing on one of the top talents in Europe, especially at half time. I can understand it in the first half. From the start, yeah, you tried Antonio, it didn't work. You move on. Yeah. But I don't know what the fuck Moyes was seeing today. I really don't. And listen, it's not about Moyes in, Moyes out. As I always say, and I said it the other night on West Ham Network, I care about West Ham winning. Yeah, and West Ham fucking was no chance of winning today. Absolute no chance whatsoever. So we move on. It's a fucking major dent in their sort of confidence, though. Like holding 4 today against an Aston Villa side, which really didn't have to get a second gear, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we just handed them fucking penalties and goals from literally nothing, but it is what it is. Anyway, take care of yourselves. All the best, and we will see you in the next one. Keep the faith.